Elisa Lam was a young woman full of life, with a radiant smile and a passion for writing. She was a student at the University of British Columbia, known for her curiosity and love for learning. In January 2013, Elisa embarked on a solo trip to California, eager to explore new places. She chose to stay at the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA, fascinated by its history. Elisa documented her adventures online, sharing updates and photos. But soon her updates stopped, and her family became worried. Elisa Lam had vanished, leaving behind a haunting mystery that captivated the world. The Cecil Hotel stood tall in downtown Los Angeles, a silent witness to the passage of time and the unfolding of countless stories, both mundane and macabre. It was a grand building with a dark past, its walls echoing with whispers of the many souls who had passed through its doors. The Cecil had a notorious reputation, one that had been built over decades of tragedy and mystery. It was linked to numerous deaths and disappearances, each adding another layer to its already grim legend. Over the decades, it had become a magnet for crime, drawing in those with dark intentions and those who would become their victims. Some whispered of the hotel being cursed, a place where evil seemed to thrive. Others blamed its location, a place where the city's most vulnerable were often left to fend for themselves. The Cecil was in a rough part of the city, a place where the line between safety and danger was often blurred. It was known as Skid Row, an area infamous for its high crime rates and the many who had fallen through the cracks of society. The area was plagued by poverty and homelessness, a stark contrast to the opulence that the Cecil once represented. The hotel's dark history added an unsettling layer to Elisa Lam's disappearance, a case that captured the world's attention and left many questions unanswered. Could this place, with its grim past, hold the key to her fate? Was there something about the Cecil that drew her in, something that sealed her tragic end? Was Elisa's disappearance just another chapter in the Cecil's tragic story, a story that seemed to repeat itself with chilling regularity? Or was there something even more sinister at play, a dark force that had claimed yet another victim within the hotel's haunted halls? The questions linger as the Cecil Hotel continues to stand, a monument to the mysteries and tragedies that have unfolded within its walls. The Cecil Hotel was built in the 1920s, a time of great optimism and growth for Los Angeles. It was designed to be a luxurious destination for business travelers and tourists alike. The hotel opened its doors in 1927, and for a time, it thrived. The lobby was grand, the rooms were elegant, and the guests were affluent. But as the years went by, the fortunes of the Cecil began to change. The Great Depression hit, and the once grand hotel began to fall into disrepair. The area around the hotel also began to decline, becoming a haven for those who had nowhere else to go. The Cecil became a place where the desperate and the destitute sought refuge. By the 1940s and 1950s, the hotel had gained a reputation as a place where bad things happened. It was a place where people went to disappear, where lives were lost, and where the line between reality and nightmare often blurred. Infamous figures like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Jack Unterweger, a journalist turned serial killer, stayed at the Cecil, adding to its dark legend. By the 1980s and 1990s, the hotel had become synonymous with crime and tragedy. It was a place where the past seemed to haunt the present, where the shadows of those who had come before seemed to linger. In recent years, there have been efforts to renovate and rebrand the Cecil, to shed its dark past and create a new future. But the hotel's history is not so easily forgotten. Today, the Cecil remains a place of fascination for many, a destination for tourists and true crime enthusiasts who are drawn to its dark history and the mysteries that still surround it. The Cecil Hotel stands as a testament to the darker side of human nature, a place where the past and present collide, and where the line between reality and nightmare is often blurred. Its story is far from over, and as long as it stands, the questions and mysteries will remain. Weeks after Elisa's disappearance, a chilling discovery sent shivers down everyone's spines. The city was already on edge, with rumors and speculations running rampant. People were desperate for answers, and the tension was palpable. Guests at the Cecil Hotel started complaining. The water pressure was low, the water tasted strange, Some guests even reported that the water had a peculiar, unpleasant odor. The complaints grew louder, and the hotel management knew they had to act quickly to address the issue. Hotel staff went to investigate. They made a gruesome find. As they climbed onto the roof and approached the water tanks, they were met with a sight that would haunt them forever. The water tank's lid was slightly ajar, and what they found inside was beyond their worst nightmares. Elisa Lam's body was discovered inside one of the hotel's rooftop water tanks. The discovery was both shocking and heartbreaking. The police were immediately called to the scene, and a forensic team began their meticulous examination of the area. The recovery of Elisa's body was a somber and delicate process, as investigators sought to preserve any potential evidence. The news spread like wildfire. It was a shocking and disturbing development. Media outlets were quick to pick up the story, and soon, it was the headline on every major news channel. Social media was abuzz with reactions, as people expressed their shock, sadness, and confusion over the tragic turn of events. How did Elisa end up in a sealed water tank? The question weighed heavily on everyone's minds. The water tanks were not easily accessible, and the lid was heavy and difficult to move. The circumstances surrounding her death were mysterious and perplexing, leaving both the public and investigators searching for answers. The mystery deepened when police released surveillance footage. The footage was from the night of Elisa's disappearance, and it provided a glimpse into her final moments at the hotel. The police held a press conference to share the footage with the public, hoping it might lead to new information or witnesses coming forward. The video showed Elisa in the hotel elevator. Her behavior was erratic and strange. She appeared to be in a state of distress, pressing multiple buttons and peering out of the elevator as if she were being followed. Her actions were puzzling and raised more questions than answers. She was seen pushing buttons, hiding in the corner, and gesturing wildly. At times, it seemed as though she was communicating with someone unseen, or perhaps trying to ward off an invisible threat. The footage was both captivating and disturbing, leaving viewers with an uneasy feeling. The footage was both eerie and unsettling. It only added to the growing list of unanswered questions. Detectives and experts analyzed the video frame by frame, searching for any clues that might explain Elisa's behavior or provide insight into what happened to her. The public, too, became amateur sleuths, dissecting the footage and forming their own theories. The case of Elisa Lam became a haunting mystery that captivated and perplexed people around the world.